Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for coming back. For those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Mercy. I'm a BSN RN, and on this channel I talk mostly about nursing topics, but I also talk about beauty, lifestyle. I do a little bit of vlogging here and there. So if you would like to join my family, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below, and also please hit the notification button so that every time I upload a video, you'll get a notification. That way you'll never miss another video from me again. Today's video is another real talk nursing topic. So I'm going to mention a few things in this video, and if you can relate to these things, then I don't think that nursing is the field for you. So hear me out. This is not the law, but these are just my opinion and my personal advice. So if you would like to hear these things, please stay tuned for the video. Nursing has become so popular these days, it almost feels like everyone and their grandmother wants to go into nursing. But the truth is, nursing is not for everyone. I'm just going to put that out there. Nursing is not one of those careers where you can just wing your way through, because even the schooling process is so brutal and it makes you or breaks you. It's the same thing with the profession. So I just wanted to give you guys a few tips so you can look at or think about. So the things I'm going to mention in this video, if this is you, please stay away from nursing. Number one, parental pressure. If you are deciding to go into nursing because of parental pressure or pressure from your friends or family, please do not go into nursing. You will not survive. Number one, nursing school is very expensive. Number two, you're going to go your first, second, third class and realize this is not for me. But because nursing school is so expensive, you are going to feel so stuck. You're going to go through the whole nursing program with blood, sweat, and tears. And when you finally get to the nursing profession itself, you're going to look back and say, oh my God, I've put so much work into this and there is no way I can quit now. You are going to have no choice but to stick it out and stay in the profession. And trust me, you are going to be miserable. You are going to live a life of misery because, first of all, you're not happy with what you're doing. I don't know if you guys have heard the expression, when you do what you love, you'll never work a day of your life. It's the same exact thing. When you do what you hate, every single hour or minute that you are at work, you are going to hate your life. Not only that, now you're going to be stuck with this heavy money that you have to pay back, and the only way you can pay it back is to keep up with this career that is going to pay you well enough for you to be at least able to pay it back. So if you're going into nursing because your parents are pressuring you, or because your family member or social media or whatever, not because you want to do it, I would say stay away from nursing. Make that decision now and stay away from nursing. Another way to tell if nursing is not for you is if you're not a people person. I've heard a lot of people say this before. I'm not a people person. I don't like people. I can't stand people. I don't have the patience for this and that kind of person and this kind of person. If that is you, stay away from nursing, because nursing is nothing but customer service. Let me explain what I mean by that. When you get into nursing, even from the beginning, which is nursing school, all the way till the end, where you finally get a job in the hospital or wherever, especially if it's in the hospital, you are working with people every single day. The doctors that are going to be giving you orders are people, and some of them can be very rude, very inconsiderate, and very arrogant. And I'm just being really, really real right now. Some of the nurses you're going to work with, some of them are going to be the sweetest people you've ever met, but some of them are going to be so mean, so rude, and so nasty. The PCAs you're going to work with, sometimes you're going to work with PCAs who think they know your job better than you. And this is no insult to anybody at all. I'm just keeping it real. You're going to work with some PCAs who are going to try to teach you your job, maybe because they have worked there longer than you have. You are going to work with some PCAs who are going to tell you, you're a new nurse. I've been here for years. I know the job in and out. So therefore, you're not going to tell me what to do. And you're going to work with some PCAs as well who are older than you, because there's a lot of younger people going into nursing nowadays. And there's a lot of PCAs who have been on the floor for a long time. Some of them are super nice and super nurturing. I've dealt with PCAs like that too, who basically took me under their wings and like showed me around the unit and showed me everything and were so sweet and so nice to me. But if you're unlucky, you're going to deal with with a lot of PCAs who are going to tell you, I've worked here way too long and you are too young to be telling me what to do. And guess what? You have to not only do your nursing job, you have to do the PCA's job as well, because they are not going to take orders from you. And at the end of the day, if something doesn't get done, you're the one with the license and you're the one everything is going to fall back on. So if you don't know how to socialize with people, if you don't know how to take that situation and turn it around and try to gain their respect, even if it's not their love, you have to try to gain their respect and be able to work with them. If you're not that kind of person, nursing is definitely not for you. Also, the patients you're working with are people. Some patients are going to be sweet. Some patients are going to be mean and nasty, because some patients feel like nursing is like a hotel and they can order room services anytime they feel like. They can talk to you however they feel like. They can take their frustrations out on you. And the family members are going to be the same way. Some family members are going to understand that you are doing your best, you're working really hard, and you're just putting your all into this job. Some family members are going to understand that. But some family members are going to think you are a nurse, you're getting paid big bucks to do this job, so therefore they're going to make your life a living hell. So you have to deal with that. You have to deal with other co-workers who want to bully you because of their own insecurities and their own internal personal problems. You're going to deal with so many people, and there's going to be good ones and bad ones. So if you feel like I don't have the patience to deal with that, nursing is not for you, because again, you will be miserable. Every single day you walk into work, you are going to be miserable. So that's another thing to think about. Another way to know that nursing is not for you is if you're not the kind of person that's a super hard worker. And I know everybody's going to say, I'm a hard worker. You know, I'm a team player. I know how to work hard to get the job done, but this is a different level of hard work. With nursing especially, you have to be living under some kind of rock to have not heard this before. But one of the biggest thing with nursing is that there is a shortage. Even though there are 1 million people going to nursing schools every year, every semester, every term, but for some reason there is a shortage in nursing. I wonder why. People leave nursing every day because of these reasons. Some people get into it for the wrong reason, or some people get into it for the right reason, and they decide, this is not for me. I was not expecting this. So because there's a nursing shortage, in most cases, nurses tend to do more than what they are supposed to do, because they are short-staffed, because they don't have the right equipment all the time, because they don't have the right support from this facility. Because of that, many days you're going to walk into work. Let's say there's supposed to be 5, 6, 7 nurses that day. Sometimes there's only going to be 4 nurses. And guess what? You have to take on that responsibility. This is not something you can just say, you know what, if that nurse is not here, I'm only going to take 4 patients. No. If everybody's getting 5 patients, you're getting 5 patients. If everybody's getting 6 patients, you're getting 6 patients, especially if you're working in something like med-surg. That is very common. I've taken care of up to 6 patients before, and between discharge and admission, I've taken care of up to 7 or 8 patients in one shift, from discharging a patient and getting a new one. So you're going to come across cases like this, not every single day, but most likely it happens on a very frequent basis. So you're going to be working harder than you should. Sometimes you're going to go a whole day without even eating your lunch, so you're going to be snacking a lot. You're going to go a whole shift without having time to even use the restroom or sit down and really learn about your patients. And it can be overwhelming. When the days are good, the days are good. Everything is nice and cool and calm. But when the days are crazy, I'm telling you, it starts out crazy and it ends crazy. So if you're not the kind of person that's able to say, you know what, I'm here, there's nothing I can do, I have to get this done. Let me take one for the team, and if everybody else is getting 5 patients, let me take my 5 patients as well and work as hard as I can. Nursing is not for you, because again, this is not this pretty profession where you come into work looking pretty, sit at your desk, do exactly what you're supposed to do and go home. You can have a perfectly normal shift today, come in tomorrow, have the same patients, and everything goes crazy. That is another way to tell if nursing is for you or not. Another way to tell if nursing is not for you is if your confidence level is low, if your communication skills sucks, if your people skills sucks, and I mean the list goes on. Let's talk about communication. Communication in nursing is everything. You communicate with a whole bunch of people, because as a nurse you are kind of like a mediator. So you mediate between the patient and their family, the doctor and the patient, another nurse, to another nurse. You do a lot of communication, and your communication has to be on point or at least adequate. So the first thing with nursing is, as you guys know, when you walk onto your unit, there is something called a shift report. So the previous nurse before you tells you everything they know about the patient and everything you need to know in order to carry on your shift. You have to not only have good listening skills, you also have to have critical thinking skills, and you also have to have common sense, because you're going to take that information and do what you want with it. So if the nurse is talking to you about the patient and you're thinking about what you ate this morning for breakfast or what you're going to eat for dinner, your shift is going to be the shift from hell, because you're not going to know anything about your patients. If the patient's family members call and want to get, let's say, an update on how their family member is doing, you're not going to know anything about it. You're not going to know what or how to ask the doctor for anything about your patient. You're not going to be able to give report at the end of your shift because you don't know anything about this patient. And trust me, I know it sounds crazy, but I've dealt with nurses before where they go to give you report and they just tell you, oh, it's in the chart. Everything you ask them, they'll tell you it's in the chart. Oh yeah, it's in the chart. Well, did the patient pee today? I'm not really sure, but you have to look in the chart or ask the patient. Like, they know nothing about this patient, and you're like, were you not just here for 12 hours? Like, what did you do? And I know those nurses work really hard, but sometimes there's so much going on where it's hard to know everything about the patient. But at the same time, you expect them to know the basic things. You don't expect them to tell you everything you need to know, but at least give me a heads up, or, tell me the basic things. So your communication skill has to be really, really great. And your people skills has to be on steroids, because as I mentioned before, not every patient is nice. Not every nurse is nice. Not every family member is nice. Not every doctor is nice. You just have to think within yourself that this is my job. This is what I signed up for. I can't answer for their behavior, but I can answer for mine. So I'm going to take whatever they are giving me or throwing at me and use that to my advantage to perform my duties to the best of my abilities. You have to be able to smile when you're angry. You have to be able to put up a good front even when you're tired and you have to pee and you haven't eaten for hours. You have to be able to just put a smile on your face and act like everything is fine and dandy when you know in your mind you are running for the hills. So it's kind of like an acting job, as I like to say. You have to be able to walk onto your unit in the morning, put on your acting face, no matter what your thoughts are, your beliefs are, how much you hate your job or how much you love your job, whatever your situation is, you have to just be able to put on that face. Try your best to be positive. Try your best to smile. Try your best to be happy throughout the day. And when the shift is over, you can go ahead and take off your mask, go home, vent to somebody. Just make sure you're not breaking any HIPAA violations, but talk to somebody. That is the best way to get it off your chest. Call your friend who's a nurse. Talk to your husband or your fiance who's not a nurse but is willing to listen to you. Just be able to vent and then find a healthy coping mechanism to deal with those stressors that come with nursing. So those are some ways that I would say that you can determine if nursing is for you or not. Okay guys, that is it for this video. That was a real nursing talk, and if you like these kind of topics, please go ahead and leave a comment down below letting me know what you want to hear next, or if you have any suggestions, let me know. If you did like the video, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. Go ahead and share it with your friends and family on your other social medias, and if you haven't already, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button so you can get a lot more videos like these. Thank you guys so much for your love and support, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.